Sup, dog? Oh my god, the sun disappeared from our friends at Alert World. We're going to see some EAS scenario. We're going to start it off. We're just going to start this off. It said... Oh, the thing's on the thing. Whoops. Alright. Oh, no, man.
This is a message alerting you to a critical situation. Please stop all activity and listen to the following.
Okay.
If you are currently driving a vehicle,
I'm not.
Please come to a safe stop as soon as possible to enable you to concentrate on this audio message. The sun disappeared 5 minutes ago. There are now 3 minutes of sunshine left.
Wow.
After this, the light previously emitted by the sun will cease to be captured by the Earth.
Better go get a tan.
The National Climate Task Force is in the process of producing a list of recommendations for all American citizens, evaluating the different possible scenarios. This list will be sent to you within the next 2 hours. In the meantime,
4 days to go.
The basic instructions you need to survive.
Wow, until the
Don't
Earth
panic.
temperature
Life
becomes
can
unlivable.
continue.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty cool how they put some science into it on how, like, the light travels. Like, we'd have, like, 3 hours left until that light that we saw emitted from the sun is gone, and that, I guess, 4 days until that surface temperature becomes unlivable. Because, like, it wouldn't be a good thing. Would not be a good thing at all.
And will not be extinguished when the lights go out. We estimate that there are still 4 days to go before the Earth's surface temperature becomes unlivable. If you have a private bunker, please take refuge in it immediately. Once inside, do not leave until the authorities order you to do so. If you don't have such a shelter, prepare to leave your home within the next 48 hours.
To go where?
An emergency plan will be issued in the next message. Gather only the personal belongings
I
you
guess
need
it
to
will tell
survive.
us.
Here's a non-exhaustive list of what you can pack. Important documents and records. Identification, IDs, passports, driver's licenses, birth certificates, emergency supplies, first aid kit, prescription medications, baby
Guns.
supplies, diapers, formula, baby food.
I'd be coming
clothing
up.
and bedding, change of clothes for each family member. Sturdy
Of course,
shoes
I
and
don't
boots,
own any real
hats,
weapons.
gloves and scarves,
YouTube,
blankets
but
or sleeping bags.
I'd be coming
non-perishable
so
food items, bottled water.
strapped.
Get in touch with all the members of your family to inform them of the pressing situation. As cellular networks may be saturated, we advise all citizens to return to their homes to facilitate communications. More messages to follow.
Uh-oh, it's gonna get progressively worse and worse. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got... It looks like narration... Oh, this is China, I guess. Or something like that. Maybe Japan. Berlin, delayed on time. Canceled. Damn. They're all gonna start getting canceled, I guess. Oh no. Oh, it's at the airport. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Alert World, you always come with the heat. Alright, attention, we ask for everyone's cooperation. Phenomenon of extreme magnitude has just occurred. The sun has vanished. The airport is in evacuation mode. Stay calm and follow the instructions to the airport agents. Do not get agitated. Have your passport at hand to facilitate sorting. Follow the instructions. The airport is in evacuation mode. Jing bong ba shbi fa e se awafa jibi bom nibi bi ka
Attention, we ask for everyone's cooperation. A phenomenon
they
of
say it in
extreme
English.
magnitude has just occurred. The sun has just gone out. The airport is in evacuation
Oh, you
mode.
hear everyone screaming?
Stay calm and follow the instructions of the airport agents. Do not get agitated. Have your passport at hand to facilitate sorting. Follow the instructions. The airport is in evacuation
I was
mode.
just trying my best at Mandarin, guys. Turn on subtitles. Okay. Wait, they are on. Okay. Captions look like this. Solistia Cubano. This is an official communication from the Cuban Socialist State. The sun has faded. Immediate action is required, but for security and order. Give out all the food you don't have. Indoors. Remain indoors. The absence of sunlight poses a risk. Follow the guidelines. Authorized entities. Non-compliance has consequences. Centralized distribution centers. Distribution of ration supplies will be centralized through designated distribution centers established by the state. I mean, they don't have food anyways, really. Ooh, should have my cough button. Unauthorized procurement of distribution of resources outside these centers will have serious consequences. They're going to kill you. It's a dictatorial government. So this is an interesting look at how a tyrannical government, like a dictatorship, something like that, a communist state, something like that, would like China, for example, like would handle it. You know what I mean? Like if you had no social credit score or something there, you'd probably get popped in the head instantly. Priority allocation. Priority in the allocation of resources will be given to persons performing critical functions essential to the maintenance and infrastructure and social order. So the police, all the people on the payroll are going to get fed first. Or doctors. Like, I understand that, like the doctor's part and stuff, but it's like, allocation will be strictly applied on the basis of predetermined criteria established by the state. So, exactly, the state. I bet you, rich people and people of political influence and stuff like that are going to be eating good. Monitoring and control systems will be implemented to control compliance with rationing rules. Any attempt to circumvent or manipulate will be detected and punished swift and severe penalties. Of course. Just like how it runs anyways. Snap for dissemination of information outside of state-approved channels is strictly prohibited. Control of information. Any attempt to disseminate unauthorized information will have serious consequences. Yeah. State guidelines are absolutely non-negotiable. Any resistance or disobedience will be met with the full force of state authority. All right. Cool. Gather your comrades in communal shelters to pool resources and provide mutual support. Together, we share the warmth and solidarity in the face of the freezing cold. Let us strengthen our bonds and camaraderie to withstand the hardships ahead. Oh, Guam. Outdoor temperature. Minus 40 Fahrenheit. Wind speed 50 knots. 21 to 26 miles per second. Humidity 12%. Air quality index. Poor. Okay. Nice. That's cool. It's showing us like different. Yeah, this is sick. Good job, Alert World. You guys are the best. Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. Bo, 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 bo. I said, rule boy, they sunny's out.
Would like to have your attention. Significant loss of life has occurred due to the ongoing lack of sun. Temperatures continue to decrease, exacerbating the severity of the situation. Objective of these broadcasts: to optimize survival outcomes amidst escalating cold conditions. Many lives have been lost due to dehydration.
Wouldn't it be in Patois or Pygmy or whatever? Pigeon, I mean. The BBC actually broadcasts everything in Pidgin as well.
It is imperative that all citizens take immediate action to prevent further casualties. Melt ice for
Staying
water,
hydrated.
collect ice or snow and melt it over a controlled heat source to obtain water. Use clean or heat-resistant containers such as metal buckets or pots to collect ice or snow from outdoor surfaces. Avoid gathering snow from contaminated areas or where animal waste may be present. If individuals have access to an open flame, such as a campfire or wood stove, they can boil water in a heat-resistant container. Although it requires energy, it doesn't rely on electrical power. Take advantage of natural filter methods by pouring water through layers of clean cloth.
What the fuck was that? That was weird. I like how he's saying it. Go, take advantage of natural. He's like saying it like you idiots. Like it's like the 8th time he said it.
Larger debris and sediment, although it may not eliminate all pathogens. Use caution when melting snow, as it may produce less water volume than expected due to its lower density compared to ice. Plan accordingly and collect additional snow if necessary to obtain sufficient water. The Jamaican government continues to maintain 3 public shelters with a limited number of available places for those in need of refuge. Kingston Underground Shelter Complex. Address 156 Main Street, Kingston. Situated beneath the bustling cityscape of Kingston, the underground shelter complex can be accessed through a discreet entrance located near the intersection of Main Street and Central Avenue. Montego Bay Subterranean Shelter Network. Address 456 Ocean Boulevard, Montego Bay. Hidden beneath the urban landscape of Montego Bay, the subterranean shelter network is accessible via a concealed entrance located near the coastal area along Ocean Boulevard. Spanish Town Underground Bunker. Address 789 Maple Avenue, Spanish Town. Tucked away beneath the historic streets of Spanish Town, the underground bunker can be accessed through a secure entrance concealed within the vicinity of Maple Avenue. Exiting the current shelters to transition to alternative locations such as the suggested underground shelters carries a high level of risk due to the extreme cold and harsh winds. The probability of survival...
Wouldn't you be able to, like, in certain places... take advantage of geothermic heat and stuff and energy and everything too, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
During such attempts,
because that's heat coming from inside our core. But I mean, the sun's gone as well. So what are we what gravity? I guess we're just going, like, in space, because we revolve around the sun, and so does everything else in our solar system. We're just in the hospitable zone. It's like we're just free flying right now, I guess.
Markedly low.
Okay. Washington, D.C.
Don't go outside. Conserve your energy. Take shelter below the surface of the earth. Don't go outside. Conserve your energy. Take shelter below the surface of the earth.
See, I'm surprised, because usually the government makes everything into, like, an anagram. Take shelter, conserve your energy, take shelter behind, below the surface of the earth. So it'd be DCT. Don't go
used as fuel, wood, pellets, coal, propane, kerosene, ethanol. Here are unusual household items that can be used as combustible materials to create heat
I'm busting
and
up
survive
everything.
in this extreme cold environment. Plastics, certain plastics, such as polyethylene, acetyl, acrylic, cellulose ester, contain combustible materials.
Nice.
In an emergency, plastic materials could be considered for burning.
Bro,
but this should be done with extreme caution
burning
due
everything.
to the toxic emissions released when burning plastics.
I'd break the garage, the
Adequate
house down,
ventilation is crucial.
especially if I'm going underground.
Anything made of paper or
I'd
cardboard can
even
be useful. It is
burn
preferable to use this material
my girl
to start
Ray.
a fire, as it quickly disintegrates.
I'm sorry,
All the country's
but I have to
bookshops
do
and
it.
libraries are now open to the public to use books as fuel. No late fees will be charged. Paper towels.
Are you you just you guys just had to slip that in, didn't you? He said that the libraries are now open to use the books as fuel for fire. Says no late fees will be charged. Yeah, no shit. Who's gonna charge the late fee?
Napkins and paper plates can be burned for heat, though this may not be very efficient. Wax or paraffin, candles, candle stubs, wax sculptures, or other items containing wax paraffin can provide localized heat when lit. However, it's important to use proper containers to...
Here's a tip. So, there's actually a good way, like, there's a good way to... Sorry, my foot's under this cord, that's why. To make a fire starter for camping. So what you do is get egg crate, like eggs would come in, right? You take your dryerland that you're not using, right? You put it in the egg crates, and then you fill it with some wax on it and let it harden, and they become pretty good fire starters. Pretty good fire starter.
Contain melted wax, and to exercise caution when using open flames. Dried animal dung, dried animal manure from cows, goats, or chickens contains combustible materials and can potentially...
It's what a lot of third world countries use for fuel.
However, the smoke and smell produced
or
when
peat,
burning...
underground peat of dead trees in Ireland. They use that
animal
too.
dung may be unpleasant, so this option should be used with consideration for ventilation and odor control. Paint or solvents, some paints, solvents, alcohol, or other flammable liquids contain combustible ingredients. However,
you know, we
these
ain't
materials
burning our
should
alcohol.
be an absolute last resort, and extreme caution should be exercised due to the hazardous nature of the
they
fumes
can make
produced.
a lot of
Layer clothing.
toxins.
Layering clothing
But
is
I'm talking
another
about
critical step in surviving temperatures as severe as 40 degrees Celsius. Wearing multiple layers of clothing is essential for trapping body heat and creating a barrier against the frigid air. Starting with moisture-wicking base layers to keep the skin dry, followed by insulating layers such as fleece or wool, and finishing with a windproof and waterproof outer layer is crucial. This method helps to protect against both snow and wind chill, minimizing the risk of frostbite and hypothermia. It's also important to ensure that extremities such as hands, feet, and the head are adequately covered to prevent heat loss from these vulnerable areas. Staying in a group and maintaining skin-to-skin contact could also serve as an alternative survival method in extreme cold conditions. By huddling closely together, individuals can share body heat, thereby collectively raising the group's temperature and reducing the risk of hypothermia. This technique, known as the human knot, or huddle, allows each person's body heat to be distributed among the group, providing a mutual source of warmth. Additionally, skin-to-skin contact can help conserve energy and prevent excessive heat loss, particularly in areas where clothing may be insufficient or damaged. Moreover, the psychological comfort derived from close physical contact during a life-threatening situation
Like,
can
I
be
love you,
immensely
bro.
beneficial. It fosters a sense
all
of
this is
community,
true.
solidarity, and shared resilience among the group members, which can positively impact their mental and emotional well-being in such challenging circumstances. Nuclear and coal power plants are working tirelessly to maintain a continuous supply of electricity, even amidst the most severe weather conditions. Through meticulous planning and efficient operations,
That's why we need more
these
nuclear.
power plants are committed to providing at least 2 hours of energy to every home across the nation, thereby safeguarding the well-being.
And do you have any
and
questions
survival
about how
of
nuclear
communities.
energy actually works and
The
not what you see in
rationalization
movies
of
and
power
stuff like that? Go to the
distribution is
channel
one of the
Kyle
key
Hill. He's
strategies
a
employed to
scientist and
support
he
our
actually
collective
explains it
resilience.
really
By
well on how it's
prioritizing
actually one of
critical
our
infrastructure and
safest
essential services, including
things. And
hospitals,
I'm not, this
emergency
isn't a
response
political
centers,
statement or
and
anything. This is
communication
just
networks.
facts.
We ensure that vital
It gives
functions
more
remain
power. It
operational,
gives like 20,
thereby
like
enhancing the
I don't know how
survivability of
much,
45%
but
of the
percentage
population.
more or times
All the
more than
schedules
coal
listed are
plants,
based on
but we
Eastern
would
Daylight
need a
Time
lot
to
less
facilitate
energy
coordination
plants for
and avoid
hundreds of
confusion
years.
due to time zone differences. 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. New England includes Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Middle Atlantic includes New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. East North Central includes Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin. 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. West North Central includes Iowa, Kansas, Minnesota,
There's
Missouri,
3 grids.
Nebraska, North
Because
Dakota,
I'm wondering how
and
they're rationalizing this, because there's 3 major grids in America. There's like, at least to my knowledge, there's like grids, like power grids. So there's like the East Coast-ish one, there's like a West Coast-ish one, and then there's one specifically for Texas. That went down in like one snowstorm, so Texas
Dakota.
is probably fucked.
2 p.m. to 4 p.m. South Atlantic includes Delaware, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina,
'Cause it went
Virginia,
down for, like,
and West
days.
Virginia. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. East.
Awesome. Whatever.
Alternative survival method in extreme with functions remission to 4 p.m. P, 8 p.m. Montana AM.
All right, this is where we're
includes
at.
Alaska, California, Hawaii, Oregon, and Washington. The scheduling process is anticipated to be extremely dynamic and is contingent upon real-time demand fluctuations, the availability of resources, and the prioritization of emergency response activities. It is expected that the scheduling will undergo frequent adjustments to align with the evolving operational requirements and changing circumstances.
Wow. Jesus, that's quite the thing. I think we already watched something on the Yulman, so let me find something. Alright. Let's see how Alert World handles the rise of the Antichrist. Department of Defense. Dude, why can't I click to click? Why can't I click? You're listening to now. Saved by the Lord. You haven't been saved by the Lord if you're hearing this.
If you're listening now,
Damn.
you haven't been saved by the Lord.
Damn it.
All the signs
I say
now
my
point
prayers.
to the earth beginning its transition into the apocalypse. Jesus Christ is not coming back to save you. The American government wants to reassure you by guaranteeing protection for all American citizens throughout this process.
Okay.
An emergency plan has been put in place in the last few hours.
They're gonna
to
fight
restructure
demons?
the country. All borders will now be closed to people wishing to leave. According to estimates,
Haha, you're
Jesus
stuck
Christ saved between 130 and 180 million Americans.
Nice.
In view of this sudden demographic decline, it is imperative to keep the entire population within the country to be able to defend it. If you try to flee the United States, you'll be sentenced to hard labor for the next 25 years. If you succeed in leaving the country, you will be treated as a traitor to the nation, and the safety of your loved ones will no longer be guaranteed. Several earthquakes occurred after Jesus Christ's departure. Our experts confirm that these will increase in intensity over the next few
Yeah,
days
because
and
the
weeks,
devil's coming
and will
through.
become part of
Like the
everyday
serpent
life.
with 7 fucking
Here is some
eyes
practical
or
advice for
hands
this
or
trip.
arms or whatever in
Find a safe
Revelations.
location with sturdy shelter, away from buildings, cliffs, or other structures
The
that
demons
could
are
collapse.
coming, the Hell's
Stay
Army.
away from windows, glass, and heavy objects that could fall. Secure heavy furniture and objects to prevent them from falling. Develop a system for collecting and purifying rainwater to ensure a sustainable source of clean water, as other water sources may be compromised. If possible, find or create an underground shelter to minimize exposure to surface-level seismic activity. Basements, tunnels, or caves may provide more stability. It is foreseeable that many devastating natural phenomena will occur at the same time. A possible arrival of the Antichrist is not ruled out. If this proves true, we will attempt to negotiate a treaty to the benefit of all Americans. We will keep you informed of any changes.
Oh, look, Biden. He's the Antichrist. Negotiate a treaty. Yo. Is that Sam Hyde? Feeling lonely.
Feeling lonely?
Uh-huh.
You can't accept that Jesus Christ has abandoned you?
Uh-huh.
You have no one to share the last moments of our existence with? Stop blaming yourself. You made the right choice. As the ultimate sinner, the Satanist Cooperative of Michigan welcomes you to its group. Every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m., you're invited to the Cathedral of the Most Blessed Sacrament at 9844 Woodward Avenue, Detroit, to attend the most magnificent and the decadent Black Mass. Special guest for the evening will be Raziel, one of the most well-known and respected fallen angels. For sanitary reasons, it is forbidden to bring your domestic sacrifices. This is an event not to be missed.
Saskatchewan.
A geological phenomenon on a scale never seen before is taking place in your region. This message is
of course
to
the
prevent
media is
any
still
loss
there.
of life. Listen and react. An earth crack several kilometers long is opening up. This crater stretches from near the city of Prince Albert to just north of Regina and is growing larger by the minute. Strong sulfurous odors have been recorded along the way, and many witnesses have felt a strong heat emanating from the crater. Several buildings and roads were
Christians
engulfed.
must be
Given
like,
the spread of the
haha,
event,
told
it
you.
is still
We were
too
right the
early
whole
to draw up
time.
an accurate map of the situation. We are aware that this represents an imminent danger for the majority of residents remaining in the province.
Oh
The
my
provincial and
gosh.
federal governments are working hard to reestablish contact with Christ and convince him to return to save the...
All I imagined right there was someone at a radio being like, Jesus, pick up, Jesus, he's not answering the phone, guys. Jesus isn't answering. Oh man, we're screwed. Jesus, do you read? Jesus is just ignoring him. He's like, I left you there for a reason.
Of survival until this happens, we ask you to
It's alright.
prepare to leave your residence if you live
Happens.
within 50 kilometers of the area.
Most of my
We
life
advise you
I've
to stay
lived
at
without
least 200
getting
away
my
from
dick
this
sucked,
area, as
so
the crack could widen over the next few hours.
I'll live.
As more than a third of the province's population has been saved by Jesus Christ, many residential dwellings are vacant.
Sorry
If you
to
don't
hear
have a
that.
place to take shelter, you're entitled to use one of these residences for the time being. The main doors of these houses have been chalked with a cross symbol. In case of doubt, please confirm with neighbors that this is indeed an abandoned property. The Canadian Army, affected by the lack of personnel, is intervening at reduced strength. If you can't evacuate your home, go out on a balcony or open a window and wave a white sheet to attract the attention
Hell
of one
yeah.
of the helicopters flying over the affected area. Protecting yourself from the smell of sulfur can be important if you're exposed to it. Use a mask. Wearing a mask, such as an N95 respirator or a gas mask, can help filter out sulfur compounds and prevent you from inhaling the odor. Rinse and change clothing. If you've been exposed to a sulfur smell and it
Ew.
clings to your clothing or skin,
That's nasty.
take
That's
a
what they use in
shower and
fart
change your
bombs.
clothes to remove the smell and smell.
Uh-oh. That's just getting hell is just getting broadcast everywhere.
Attention, brothers and sisters in humanity. We, the Last Chance Christians, stand before you today, united.
Last chance Christians. Because you really know, if you weren't doing it before, you better start. You're like, oh, shit. I knew I should have went to church last Sunday. Jesus already got everybody, and they left us.
In our mission to bring hope to a world gripped by darkness. The time has come for us to rise above our fears and doubts. We believe that Jesus Christ, in his infinite mercy, has walked among us before, saving some of our fellow hands from the clutches of despair. But we know that
You notice how it's censored because of all, like, and you can see how, like, these broadcasts are being corrupted by Satan and demons and stuff. You could see how they just tried to censor the word Christians.
still souls in need of salvation.
Salvation
Countless lives
was
yearning
censored too, because they're like, it's starting to interfere. It's like, we don't want, and this looks like too, like how it's coming in all warped and everything. It looks like this is like a guerrilla broadcast from the Last Chance Christians. So maybe they're trying to break through and fight through all of this, because look at how good the Satanist one was. It was like a lot better. Nothing was being they're like, hey, everyone, just come to this church. We get to meet this fallen angel demon Raziel, which is one of my favorite characters in video games of all time. If you've played the Legacy of Kain games, he's the goddamn Soul Reaver.
For his divine intervention, we, the Last Chance Christians, are determined to summon him back one more time.
Oh, they're fighting back, bro.
Our faith has led us to the sacred grounds of Mount Washington. It is there, on December 20,
See? They just try to censor the time, too, if you didn't hear it.
At 8 a.m., that we shall gather
2035.
to embark on a journey that will test our resolve, our devotion, and our unity. As a symbol of our unwavering faith, we will carry with us a 46 feet tall wooden cross, a testament to our belief in the power of redemption and the hope it brings. Together, we will climb the mountain, step by step, carrying the cross as a symbol of our unwavering commitment to our faith. We invite all
then
who
like
share
two
our
people
belief
come and they
to
can't
join
do
us
it.
on this sacred journey. To those who wish to participate in this extraordinary endeavor, we ask that you take the following actions. Abandon your possessions. Leave behind the material attachments that bind you to this world. Embrace the simplicity of existence and trust in the divine providence that awaits us. Spread the word. As you make
Bring your
way
sense of
towards
humor. Look at the fucking face flashing. That's so creepy. Bring your sense of humor. Because imagine it's a trap. This is just a trap being set. And then, like, the demons are like, bring your sense of humor, because this is going to be pretty funny. Everyone's going to die.
Mount Washington.
Like, why
Share
is this
the message
flashing
of
like
hope
this?
and salvation with all you encounter. Convert as many souls as possible. For every individual
Well, I think
saved,
it'd be pretty easy to convert people after the apocalypse and Satan coming back and literal Jesus Christ manifesting and taking 100, 200 million people off this earth. Yeah, if you want to be like, at that point, if you want to be a cranky atheist or whatever at that point, you're just being an idiot.
brings us closer to our collective redemption. Bring your sense of humor. In the face of adversity, a little laughter can be a source of strength. So, carry with you a joyful spirit and a light-hearted attitude. After all, who said the apocalypse couldn't use a touch of humor? It is not an easy path we tread, but we do not walk alone. The Last Chance Christians stand shoulder to shoulder, ready to carry the burdens of the world and beseech our Savior to return and extend His saving grace to all who seek it. This is our last chance, a chance to come together as a community, as humanity, and summon Jesus Christ to come back and save the remaining souls who long for redemption. May His mercy and love shine upon us all.
May it shine us coming. May it shine on us for redemption. I always hope. Oh, look at that at the end. What's that shirt? Is that by at us? Like, bah! Damn. Damn. Let's see what else they got for us. So this one's EAS scenario counterfeits by cyanide. So this is not an Alert World one. Dude, why can't I click the play button? Alright, let's see. Danger threat. Danger threat. Danger threat. Danger threat. Warning for your area. Danger threat.
In your area has been noticed an increased number of encounters with counterfeits. People who you might think you know may be
So it's a mimic? Or a alternate?
Keep an open mind and check your surroundings at every time. You can tell them apart looking at their inhuman bodily features. If you notice something disturbing in the other person's appearance, retreat.
You got examples? Show us some cool examples.
Counterfeits may try to look like people, but most of the time cannot accomplish that fully. You can
Well, there's plenty of people that look like that who are regular people.
Shortened on not feeling right. Their faces may be elongated, unnaturally stretched, or have
like Germa?
Human features. The voice they will attempt to use may be a repeated sequence of words or sentences that make little sense or are designed to lure the victim to themselves.
Stay home. Do it only if necessary.
Do not attempt to attack, threaten, or do anything else that exposes you to counterfeit.
The counterfeit.
Cyanide is currently trying its best to get rid of the threat of danger immediately. From the moment of this transmission, please follow the rules and way of behavior given in this material.
Oh, is this its own analog horror series? And Cyanide's like some sort of like agency?
Listen into your surroundings and voices you hear. 4. Close every door and window in your house. 5. Keep your family close and safe. 6. Don't let strangers or peers inside if you are not certain they are who they seem. 7. Close the blinds and face away from all the windows. 8. Don't leave your house unless you really need to. You may die.
Tell me. Okay. Yeah, so that might be what the hell was that? Okay. Let's see. Is cyanide like an actual we care? Okay, so it looks like another like Mandela catalog type analog horror type thing trying to get off the ground. Shout out to them. They care. But I'm gonna wrap that up. That was a quickie today. I mean, a 37-minute video, but I'm gonna wrap that up. That was cool watching some of these alternative scenarios to things. But y'all have a good night. Remember, comment, subscribe, like, and support the creators in the description. Peace.